All right, what's up, fiends? Welcome to Chat with the Bat. I'm Alucard. You may know our guests today from such films as Kung Fu Rascals, Twisted Fate, Shark and Heads, Class of Nukem High 2 and 3, or TV shows like Perfect Strangers, The Wonder Years, Married with Children, and of course, as the lovable football jock Ox on Saved by the Bell. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the esteemed actor, Mr. Troy Fromin.
Huh? I forgot. Oh, we're doing that thing, right?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
How's it going, my friend?
Go. Daddy!
All right, good to see you, my
son
friend.
wants to talk to you for a second. He's a pain in the ass. His name's
Let's see
Tommy.
if there's anybody here tonight.
Daddy! Oh! Hey! That's not
Oh,
bad!
your audio went out.
What? You're man today!
Uh-oh, we're having audio issues.
You still lie to me, Daddy!
We can see you, but we can't hear
I'm
you.
talking to the bat. The man who's
We
known
can't
as
hear
the
you.
bat.
Can't hear you.
What?
And then we were so good before. Can't hear you,
What?
buddy.
Can you hear me?
Nope, can't hear you.
What? Well, then why'd you go like this? What's that mean?
All right. Can't hear you.
You
Can
can't
you hear
hear
me?
me?
Mm-mm.
Well, fuck, you were just talking about a second ago. Oh, here, look, there's
Let's see.
the mic on, dude.
All right, try that. Try talking.
Hello?
All right, awesome. I can't hear you.
You
Let's
can't?
see. You can hear him, T-Betty? T-Betty can hear you.
You're in the show. Everyone can
All right.
see and hear you.
Let's see.
And now, is it my volume?
Let me try
Well, just
removing you and bringing you back. Let's
Huh?
see.
You can hear me now?
Nope, I can't hear you.
But we were talking before.
There we go. Now I can hear you.
What did you do?
I don't know. I messed everything up.
Should we start over?
Start over.
Okay. Everybody's any of you 2-3 people watching this, take two.
Take two.
Go ahead.
All right. Please welcome Troy Fromin. Woo!
Oh, like that, huh? Hey!
There we go.
How you doing? I was taking a little nap there. So you want to do interview and talk about stuff that I was in, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Daddy!
What is it? Well, my son wants to talk to Tommy.
Hey, that's Batman!
There we go.
That's not Batman, Daddy. Who is that? That's not Bruce Wayne, Daddy.
No, I said talking to the man who's known as the Bat, not
Yeah.
Batman.
Oh! Well, sit on the cracker!
Don't talk like that. I'll go over there and eat your drink cake. I'm sorry about that. He's crazy. He
Well,
likes to get into all my interviews and interrupt like a bad boy.
well, nice to meet him. Very, very nice.
Yeah. I found him by the dumpster one day. I felt sorry for him. I picked him up. My wife hates him. He won't admit that it's her son.
Well, maybe she needs to get on that. What's wrong with her?
And something about stuffed animals. Never mind. Let's just forget the whole issue on that. Go ahead, sir.
All right. Well, yeah. So let's see who's here. We got Vanessa's in the house. We got
Vanessa?
T-Betty.
Hi.
Let's see. June's in the house.
Wow.
Everybody's saying hello.
I didn't think you were going to get anybody in this house. Keep
There
going.
we go. There we go. Oh, here we go. T-Betty just watched the Stalker as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is she ready for the part 2 coming out very soon?
I can't wait. That's gonna be great.
And can we talk to these people or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're completely live.
Well, let's see how she liked it.
Yeah. T-Betty, let us know. All right. So watch. It might take her a minute to answer.
Well, no, but will her voice come on? I could talk to her.
No. It'll just be typing.
Oh, I thought we
typing
can
on.
hear people talking back and forth like a radio show.
No, we're not that sophisticated.
Son of a bitch. Okay. Who else is watching? That's it right now?
Those are the ones that have commented. We got 7 people watching right now.
7.
Yep.
That's better than yesterday's 3. I
There
won't
you
say who with though.
There you go. All right,
All right, let's go.
yes.
Let the interrogation begin.
All right, let's do it. All right. So you grew up loving sci-fi, fantasy, and horror movies as a kid, right?
Loved it. Yes, sir.
So what were some of your favorites?
Off the top of my head, like things like going to the theater and see Sinbad and the Golden Voyage, or all those Sinbad movies. I love those. The Ray,
Mm-hmm.
the Ray Harry. I don't say has Harry.
Yeah, Harryhausen. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, that stuff blew me away. The skeletons and fighting and the ship, the Cyclops, all that the thing that came off the boat. That just ignited me. Plus, reading like Stephen King books as a 14-year-old, I was reading The Stand, and I got all those people dying on the streets, and I got in my mind back then. It's like, man, I hope it makes a movie one day. I want to play one of those dead guys on the sidewalk. That was my initial goal, but I've come a long way since that.
You have indeed, absolutely.
Yeah,
that's very cool. So what's your favorite part about acting?
To let me be free and improv, and not to learn each line as it's written. To be free with the subject matter, and the director thinking, man, this guy just improved what we had. That's my favorite part. Plus, being in a horror, science fiction, fantasy, and horror movies, just part of it, because I'm not just an actor; I'm a fan. So, like when I was doing Phantasm 2, I was working on craft service, and then they finally got my scene in there. Don put me in there, but you can't see my face. But I'm still one of the gravers. Things like that, little things like that, just make me so freaking happy.
Yeah. Very, very cool. And
Darkman, working with Sam Raimi. There's these little things, but they're big things to me.
Right. Well, you've worked with some heavy hitters, like I said, Sam Raimi, Don Coscarelli, Jim Wynorski, a bunch of people that we as like B movie fans love. So like that's really cool to me.
Yeah, back then when I was watching like Chopping Mall and the Forbidden World.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
Something like that. Yeah.
With the women on the island. I mean, when I was looking at this stuff, I'm like, this is so cool. And then I never thought in a million years I'd meet him and work in a couple of his movies.
Yeah. So that's gotta be like mind blowing, right?
The guy who did the Shockwaves, Ken Wiederman.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought I'd meet him either. Return of the Living Dead Part 2.
Yeah.
The list just goes on and on.
Yeah. I mean, it's yeah. And then you've also worked for like some of the bigger like horror indie companies like Troma and Full Moon and stuff as well. So how did you get involved with like that kind of like that level, I guess you could say?
We'll start with Troma first, because those are my earlier years.
Yeah.
Back then there was a thing called Dramalog magazine. We didn't have no cell phones and these gosh darn gadgets these kids have today. Yeah, back then life was simpler. I had to walk to the newsstand, buy the paper, go home, leaf through it, and then I had to print out photos and resumes, and I had to use postage stamps, and I had to mail all those things in myself. Like in the back of the Dramalog, it'd be like these low budget movies and things like that. And I'm like, damn, I could be. So I'm like mailing them out every week, and I'd get responses. And then I did student films for free. I did some of those things for free. And then it came to a point where I was starting to make some cash for my acting and getting speaking roles. And it just grew and grew. And the Full Moon. Yeah, go back to the Troma. So the first thing I did for Troma was Eric Lucille's Lost America, Fortress of America.
Fortress of America, yeah.
Now all these things have been on USA up all night, continuously.
Right.
So
right.
I met with him in this apartment building, and all the actors showed up. It was so low budget, and they asked me if I want. They didn't pay me, but I needed film credits. I need some footage. I needed some excitement. I lived at home with my parents back then, no rent. I was a free spirit. I didn't have to really work or anything because I was really young back then, just out of high school. So I said, yeah. So I went with a week with Eric Lucille and his gang, and everybody, and we went to the Washington State Forest, and we camped out in army tents and things like that. And I finally ended up being a good part of that movie, doing pickup shots in his backyard.
Oh, okay.
So then
Nice.
he says, he says, hey, I'm doing a sequel to the Class of Nukem High, Part 2, and Part 3 back to back. So I was gonna have a bigger part, but then I got something else, this other low budget movie that never came out, and I regret doing it. We all have life's regrets, and so I couldn't do the bigger part in Nukem 2. But you still see me, and he invited me back for Nukem 3 with the one scene that I'm in as the guy on the table and that fat big guy and nurse guy.
Yeah.
And so these are all great things. And then I got involved with AFI. We were doing a lot of low budget films right then. I was in like Night Tours, Hell on the Battleground, Dead End City was fun.
Oh yeah,
I remember. Are you familiar with any of those?
What's that?
Are you familiar with Action International? AIP.
Yes, AIP. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I don't know if they're still around. I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're not. Yeah.
Yeah, and then David Pryor passed away. I like that guy. He put me in 2 of his movies.
Yeah.
The next is Full Moon. So the first I did 2 movies for Full Moon. The first one was Shrunken Heads, and I got that because I had a manager and an agent back then. And in 91 was my best year ever. I was just one thing to the other. TV show, movie, TV show. There's so many things in 91 I did. So I did Shrunken Heads, and that was a SAG film with a contract and everything. I worked 3 weeks as a player, and I love being in that movie because I'm in the whole movie basically.
Yeah.
Did you watch that one?
Yes, I have seen that one. I actually love that one. That one's great. Thank
you. Yeah, it's a little cult classic. Music by Elfman and directed by Richard Elfman.
Yeah.
Brothers and Bodie Elfman. I love that guy. I wish we could still be friends, but he's got his own little life, and I got my deli life, and whatever.
Yeah.
So
then, if anybody wants to see it, it's on Tubi right now.
It's on Tubi. I got there's 7 movies. Put my name in Tubi in the search, you'll see 7 movies. But actually, there's the way Tubi does things is weird. Is if you're not in the first 4 names on their list, then you're not gonna have cross references to that thing.
Yeah.
But if you put in my name, each movie, you go to my IMDb, put my movie in, chances are that movie will pop up, such as Class of Nukem 2 and 3, and Hot Times at Montclair High.
Yep.
There was Time Barbarians, but that left. It's just a different random. And Hellbent, Richard Casey's Hellbent.
Yeah, well, when I was looking, because as we were talking earlier, I frequent Tubi quite a bit. I found 13 movies on Tubi with you in it.
Oh,
so
damn!
Yeah.
Okay, do you have a list?
I do have a list.
I want to hear this list.
I can. All right, let's see. We got Hellbent. We got Fortress of America. Hot Times at Montclair High. Nukem High 2. Kung Fu Rascals. Shrunken Heads. Nukem High 3. Doggone Christmas and Doggone Hollywood. Horn Dogs Beach Party. The Stalker, of course. Amityville Uprising and Murderbots.
Murder what? Oh, Murderbots.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. How did you find those things? You did what I said.
Some of them I found by doing your name, and the other ones I went to IMDb, looked up your filmography, and just kind of went through each one.
Thank you. I wish everybody had your brains.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm at 13, huh? Cool.
Yeah, so you got 13, and then you have a bunch of TV stuff elsewhere. Like there's a bunch on Hulu, there's a bunch on Freevee. Like so like you're around for sure.
Did you ever come across Hull High on any of those?
No, I don't.
That's hard to find. I found a bootleg on Amazon years ago, so that's how I was able to put my scenes on my YouTube. Hull High. It was supposed to be a reoccurring part, but it got canceled after not the episode after mine.
Of course.
They were cashing in back then. It was like the the hills, the Blue Street Blues. What's that popular? The cop show where they're singing and dancing.
Like Cop Rock or something?
Cop Rock.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
They were cashing in, trying to. And they both felt. Nobody wants to see people breaking into dance and rapping numbers during a drama.
It's brilliant. Come on.
I wish it worked out because I would have had a recurring part besides Saved by the Bell back then.
Yeah. That would have been cool. So what do you so do you like working with makeup effects? Like I know like in Monster High you had a computer monitor on your head and
I can't believe you brought that up. Yeah,
Yeah.
man, that was great. I love that. Yeah, it was hot and sweaty, but I was
bet.
younger. I can handle it. And I liked working on that. Nobody really knows about that movie too much. I found a copy of one day at the market. There was a Halloween DVDs. There was Monster High. Damn, I own that now.
There you go. Yeah, I would actually love to. I've only seen pictures, and I saw a picture of you with the thing on your head.
Oh man, you gotta see the whole movie.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Yeah, so like and like so like when they put the blood on you and stuff when they kill you, right? Because like you said, you've been killed a few times in the movies.
More than a few.
Yeah, more than a few. So like, does it like stick to you and like you're like, man, I hate this crap, or you're like, yeah, bring it on.
No, bring it on. I'm all gung ho on that stuff. The more
Nice.
blood, the better to me.
Hey.
I wish I was Ash and Evil Dead, just covered in his shower. Like on Murder Bots, on my death scene, I said, just fill my mouth up, fill it all up with the blood, and on action.
Yes. I actually watched that yesterday. So yeah, I saw you go.
The whole thing, or just my scene?
I watched most of it.
I haven't watched the whole thing yet, but I'm going to.
Yeah. I mean, once your scene was over, I was like, all right, I'll watch it for a little bit.
my acting friend Freddie James, he was the
Yes.
camper who gets killed and ends up on the tree branch up there. But you probably didn't get to that part yet.
I don't think. There you go. T. Betty says, and now she wants a computer for her head.
Oh man.
There you go. And let's see. And we actually do have some questions. Let's see. Where was Stalker filmed?
Stalker was filmed in near Atlanta, Georgia, in a town I can't recall at the moment, but it's like a 30-minute trip from the airport. So Georgia.
Okay.
And
Cool,
Stalker 2 also.
Okay. And actually that's the next one. Do we know when Stalker 2's coming out?
Actually, I don't, but they won't tell me, except it's coming out soon.
Just soon.
We've heard that for a whole year. Stalker 2 coming out soon. Watch Stalker on Tubi. Stalker. Watch it. We don't know what's coming out, but hey,
That's right.
it's coming out soon. I know it because they just put my they're doing like character. You see that picture of me?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, they're doing cool things like that.
Yeah. So I'm predicting pretty soon. So how long ago did you film part 2?
How long ago?
Yeah, how long ago did you film it?
Almost 2 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's kind of unusual nowadays.
I mean, this it's a low budget movie, but they make every set look like $1 million.
They do. In fact, when I was watching the first one, which as you know, I have a review on the channel, so go watch that after this. The production value on Stalker was fantastic. It looked great. Everything was like the cinematography was awesome. It was just a really well made movie.
Yeah, I'm glad, and I love the soundtrack, the John Carpenteristic.
Yes.
Yeah, the music was great. I loved it, and you're right. You got to stay past the ending credits to really appreciate that punchline, and that
Yeah.
And I wasn't expecting that because when I read the script, it was a little different.
Mm-hmm.
And when I watched the movie first time, I saw that. I'm all brilliant. I love that what they did.
Oh yeah, it brings everything. It brings everything together, and it works perfectly.
Yeah, and then in Stalker 2, there's a tribute to that scene.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
All right.
Oh, thank you, Toby.
T Betty. That's T Betty. Yeah,
T Betty. Yo, T Betty in the house.
that's
They
right.
call you T for short?
They probably could. Yeah. so so
Okay.
so do you perform your own stunts?
When I was younger, yeah, I did my own stunts. I probably wouldn't do it now because I'm a very fragile guy. I'm 56 now. Uh, you know my Perfect Weapon stunt story, right?
I saw the clip. I don't know the story.
The story is I got there to the set, and there was a guy looked like me, dressed like me, and all of a sudden, a stunt player for me. So I said to him, "What do you need a stunt player for? I'm in football gear." They go, "You want to try to get your ass kicked on film?" I said, "Yeah, I can handle it." I was like 20, early 20s.
Right.
I was like Superman then. So the stuntman sat on his ass, and I did it. And I don't think what's his face, the lead guy,
Speakman.
Speakman. I think it might have been one of his buddies or something. And he said later in an interview that I had a big pompous attitude. The only pompous attitude was I can do the hits. Let me try. And they gave me a $500 bump. So if you Speakman for talking crap about me.
Hey, man.
I'll take you on now, old man. I really can't.
Set it up, man.
I'll do
Set
it,
it up.
Daddy. I'll kick his ass.
Goodbye.
There you go. He'll kick his ass for him. That's right.
Yeah. There's this one fan of mine. His name's Mark Miller, and he loves that scene for some reason. So I say everything I do, he comes back if I talk about the Stalker, he'll go on, "Attaboy, Tinker Stalker," because I say, "Get out of here, Tinkerbell."
Yeah.
Before they get my ass kicked.
There you go.
It's just
That's
weird.
awesome.
These people from out of nowhere just hey, there's this one guy from Kill Overkill, Twisted Fate. He said I influenced him so much watching that movie. He put a jacket and made a duct tape replica of mine and wore it to school and got in trouble.
Oh wow. Oh, that's awesome.
Isn't it?
That is pretty funny. And that's the first movie that I reviewed that you were in was Kill
I remember that was a couple months ago.
Yeah, a couple months back. Yeah, because I'm on a David Heavener kick, and I'm trying to do all of his movies.
Have you met him?
I chatted with him about a month ago. Yeah, I actually have.
Nice.
He was very nice to me. Yeah, he was very nice.
I actually they stole the title from Twisted Fate. Heavener's making a movie called Twisted Justice.
Yes, he did.
I'm sure he stole that title.
Yeah.
And I auditioned for him. Don Jackson, who's dead now, he got me an audition as the guy at the beginning. You ever see Twisted Justice?
Yes.
At the beginning, they used Don Stroud. I auditioned for Don Stroud's part as the bomber guy at the beginning.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but Heavener chose him. He was the name then. I was nothing then.
Yeah. Sometimes that kind of crap happens, unfortunately.
Yeah, names sell.
Oh,
That's why I got a name that sells movies now.
Well, yeah. Well, dude, when I see your name now in something, I'm like, oh, cool. Because I at least know that when you're in it, like you're gonna be awesome.
Thank you. I try my best.
Even if the movie's not the greatest, I know watching you.
Big party.
Exactly. So, all right. So you've actually been the killer and a victim. So, do you have an acting preference, and which one's more fun?
Oh, like the killer, like in Kill Overkill?
Yeah.
It's all equal to me. It's all fun as if they let me do what I want to do. Act the way I want to act.
Yeah.
With improvs or whatever. And like Thomas Churchill on on Amityville Uprising. I changed almost every word that I said to make it suit my kind of style, and he loved it.
Nice.
And I even added I made the character better. I had a couple of extra jokes and whatever that was not in the script. And he went with it, and that's great.
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
So did somebody else love me when I'm ready to reveal a surprise.
Okay.
Let me know.
We're gonna get there.
Yeah.
All right. So you did take was it 14-year hiatus?
Something like that. I never thought I'd be acting again. It got to a point where I had troubles at work. I worked at Fromin's for my dad at the time, and well, I still do. But I was like leaving on auditions, disappearing. It was all about my acting more than Fromin's Deli back then. And so it came to a head, and I had to just not go to as many auditions, and it just dwindled down and down because I had to try to pay the bills. Times were a little tough.
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
Oh yeah, yeah, yes,
And then
yeah.
one day I'm like, a family member said to me, "Why aren't you acting anymore? You should be acting. You should follow your dream." Someone just talked to me and I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna try it again."
Right.
And it's been working out.
Yeah. I for one am glad. I'm very glad you're back.
Me too. Everybody follow your dreams. No matter, I want to be a garbage can maker, or I want to work in the La Brea tar pits in the mud, or whatever. Whatever your dream is, follow it.
Yeah, just do it. Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
You know what I mean? Exactly.
I'm sad I gave up for 13 years, but I had no choice, and
Yeah. Stuff happens, man.
yeah.
So what are your thoughts on like all the streaming platforms like Tubi and Pluto? Do you like those, or do you think it's like hurting the business, or
Well,
what's your thoughts on it?
Well, I'll just say right now, Tubi's awesome because it's free. You watch some commercials, all the titties and fucking language like that is still intact.
Yeah.
That's what I love about Tubi so much. And every day these things pop up that I was in or whatever. My friend Eric Spuddick, he's got movies up the yin yang on there too, low budget stuff. Anyway, when I first got the Netflix thing, the Project MC Squared,
Mm-hmm.
I learned from the other actors. There's no residuals. It's called free new media. They called it new media back then. They didn't know what to do, but now they got rules and regulations. And so I'll never get anything from Project MC Squared, but I'm getting things from something else I did. I'm getting residuals from little things on the free, but it's on the new media. But now they got contracts and stuff, and they're starting to pay us now for those, and they're trying to get more earnings for us actors.
Oh, that's good.
Maybe that's what the writer's strike's part of it is. I don't keep up with much of that stuff, except to pay my dues.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. There's just so much for coming from everywhere. It makes me almost want to be back in the 80s, 90s. No cell phones. Look for a payphone to make a phone call. Things were simpler. I sound like an old man, but they were simpler.
Oh no, I totally. Oh man, I wish we'd go back to something like that, but no, I don't think we ever will.
Then again, we wouldn't be able to do this then.
True, exactly. So there you go. You gotta,
Yeah, it's just overload, media overload out there.
So there is one person that you worked with that I'd like to ask about, if you don't mind.
I don't mind anything.
You got to work with B movie legend William Smith on a few occasions.
I think only one, but remind me.
It was 2 or 3 when I looked. I don't remember which ones off the top of my head.
Well, you know what the thing is? I was only met him one time on Hell on the Battleground.
Okay.
But the other things he might have been in, but I never saw him on those.
But you weren't with him, right? I got you.
Yeah, I got you. Like I think you're thinking about Merchant of Sin, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Right. He was a nice guy. He let me pose with him. We weren't even in any scenes together, but I got a picture of him. I back then I was just a camera hog. I was trying to get different pictures. I'm my own publicist. I've always been, and he's going like this, like I'm a piece of shit, like pointing at me. That's maybe the picture you saw of him and me.
Probably.
I don't know. Yeah, he was great.
That's cool. I've heard really good stories about him.
Thank you.
That's why I wanted to ask.
Thank you, T Birdie. I like Tubi because I got to see you in person.
There you go.
Person.
I think that just means that she likes watching you. There you go.
Give me your phone number.
There you go. Character actors are the backbone of movies and TV. Without them, movies would not happen.
Oh, thank you very much. Was that a kitty? I used to have a black cat like that too. That's not you talking, is it, black cat?
It might be. It might be that. It might be that black cat.
Well, I could go for some pussy right now.
There you go.
Oh,
There you
she's gone. There is.
go. There you go. Sometimes, yeah.
Thank
Often.
you. Oh my God, my glasses. June Glenn.
Yep.
It's better than
Often.
June
Definitely.
Gloom.
June
Thank
Gloom.
you.
Yeah, I like
Thank you
it.
for everybody watching and your comments. Yeah, I might come across as a crude guy, but I'm like a Rodney Dangerfield. Yeah, F you and this and that. That's the way I am.
Yeah, you got to be you, man. That's right.
Yeah.
So you've been in a couple of martial arts films like Kung Fu Rascals and of course, and So
right.
did you study any martial arts, or is just that you're just
No,
that
when,
awesome?
no. When I was a kid, I took some karate classes, but I'm by no means a karate person at all. Kung Fu Rascals, they needed a guy. Basically, I'll just say they needed a big fat white guy.
There you
go. To go against their two Asian guys. We're friends, and so we shot that on. How the story behind Kung Fu Rascals.
Mm-mm.
It was shot on Super 8. No microphone, no audio. And in the course of a year, I gave my weekends in the mornings, whatever day off I had, nighttime. So it was all pieced together in a year. And then we went in for ADR at Les Claypool's studio. The one that ever goes, oh, it's the Primus guy. It's the Primus guy. He insists it's not him. But even though he looks like him in the pictures, but I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. If you know better, tell me. So we went in there and shot in his little studio because he used to do the sound for all these Japanese anime movies.
Mm-hmm.
Tons of movies, things like that. He's known for. If you look him up if you care. I don't care, but he's a nice guy and his wife's a nice person. And so after a while, we went to the screening and it became an underground gem.
Yeah, well, like I said, I actually watched that this morning. So I was it's funny as hell, very entertaining. If you like a spoof of a a fantasy kung fu thing, like check it out. It's on Tubi. It's on YouTube as well.
It's been described as Jackie Chan meets the Three Stooges.
Yeah, that's fairly accurate. That's pretty accurate, actually. Yeah.
There's a couple parts in there I wish they reshot that were just too dark to see things.
Yeah.
We recently did. There's a Blu-ray coming out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, remastered or whatever.
Okay.
And the three of us got together and we did an interview for the company that's putting it out. And that'll be behind the scenes interviews, in the special features.
Oh,
These things like that, they come out from 30 years ago and this hits you like a twister from left field.
Kind of like Twisted Fate, right?
Kind of like that.
There you go.
Kill, overkill.
Kill, overkill. All right. Well, I have one more main question for you, and then we'll see if there's any more questions in the chat. But when you look back on your career, is there a moment that you think of that makes you go like, "Wow, I can't believe I was a part of that"? Or
yes,
Yeah.
The thing I'm about to reveal right now.
All right, let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very limited to what I can say, but I can show you something.
All right.
You got a drum roll effect?
You go.
Everybody does that. Okay. Ready? I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm going to be in this movie. You see it?
Oh, there you go, Joker. Probably I did.
Did you know about that?
I do not. What is that?
Well, now you do.
Yeah.
The only reason I could talk about it is because I go to IMDb and I see fellow actors that I was in the same scenes with, the same level as me, and they put themselves in the IMDb, even though I don't know if it's cool or not. But since they did that, and I tried, but I didn't get the right requirements put in. But I'm going to get my name put in there soon. So since they put that in there, and Warner Brothers sent all this stuff to wear in public,
yeah,
I can say that. And
Nice.
I can also say, I'll say safely, I'm in a couple of scenes that Mr. Phoenix is in the room, very close to me.
Awesome.
And at one point, he acknowledges me, looking right into my eyes. I don't know if that's going to, show on camera, but he fed off of me when he comes into the room to do what he's going to do next. But I can't say what I was doing. But I'm an inmate at the Arkham Asylum, a featured inmate. There's only like 8 featured inmates. The rest are background extras.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm one of those guys that punch into, like a cuckoo's nest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of them kind of guys.
Nice. That's awesome.
And the director, Todd Phillips, he let me do whatever I wanted because I was a mental patient. So he would either go, that was great. And then the second AD, he would go to me, okay, we're going to get rolling. Everybody knows what to do. Troy, you do your Troy stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I feel so happy. And this is going to get a lot of recognition, I hope, to lead to other bigger parts such as that.
Awesome. Yeah, well,
we have to wait till October 4th, 24. So it's about 450 days left, something like that.
Wow.
Maybe more. Do the math. 1 year is 365 minus today till October 4th. And add that together.
Yeah, it's about a year and a quarter. Yeah, that's a little bit of ways.
Yeah, it's like I'm an anticipation. That's what you have when you have so much money to spend. And believe me, from what I saw, they could have built an entire Earth.
I bet.
They had the sets, and I won't get into much detail. I don't want to get in trouble. The sets were so realistic that, you see cranes up here and lighting and people. But if you go like this to yourself and look at that with the camera scene,
mm-hmm.
you say, damn, I wish this is one. I'm glad this is not real. I'm glad I'm not here.
Yeah, I totally get that, man. Wynorski could have made 40 movies on that.
Oh man,
easy.
One of their lunches, let me tell you, it's like a cruise ship.
Yeah.
A cruise ship has food out all day on a buffet. Do you Troy stuff? My new slogan. I love it.
Do your Troy stuff. There you go.
I'd like to do. Is that a girl or a guy?
That is my aunt. She's female.
Oh. Hey, is she hot?
She's my aunt.
How old is
Maybe.
she?
I don't know.
Is she in Los Angeles?
No.
Oh my God, my family's watching this. I was just playing around. DM me, auntie.
There you go. All right. So, are there any more questions from the audience? Let me know now. Let us know. Well, what kind of stuff do you have coming out soon?
All right, let me promote my stuff coming out.
Yeah.
Right now, you got Hollywood Werewolf by James Balsamo, who makes the craziest LSD. You know who he is, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he makes the craziest movies. During the course of the year, he's filming 3 or 4 movies simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
He goes shots here, put there, that. It's all in his head, I think.
Yep.
I mean, some of it's very crude filmmaking. Get people. I don't want to get it. He gets people like from Canada stuff to shoot their scenes, and he inserts into the movies. That's his style.
Yeah.
And so Hollywood Werewolf, where I play Hank Debonair. I'm auditioning for the part of the life and death of the avocado. Did you watch that scene?
I did watch that. Yeah.
I love that. I did that in one take, and I'm very proud of that.
Yeah, it was funny. It was good.
And then what else we got coming out? We got Stalker 2 coming out, and we got what else? There's something else. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Ron Atkins. Christ Rising. Did you watch any of that preview?
I not yet, but I saw it posted, and I was going to watch it later. Yeah.
Yeah, he actually put me in. I'm in about 30 seconds of it, and I have a couple lines in the preview.
Awesome. Nice.
And this one I could say safely because it's in the credits. I play a like this greasy kind of thrift store, liquor store kind of guy, and then he goes to the church, and then I'm the pastor. This movie's like an LSD. I don't know how to describe it. Like one of those 60s, 70s movies where the colors and stuff, and LSD kind of trippy.
Okay.
Psychedelic. psychedelic craziness.
All right.
So that's what I'm pumping out, and then of course the Joker 2 in 24. And I'm auditioning after I get off of this. I'm making an audition for another low budget movie, which is SAG. It's called something about ashes. I'm not sure. I'm playing a guy in a bath towel, and I'm going to drop my towel, but I'll have some skivvies on under there.
There you go.
And I'm yelling at the maid because she burst in and something like that. So I'm going to do that right after I get off with you. I'll send you my audition if you want. You don't make it out.
Awesome. Yeah, I'd love to see it. Absolutely.
So I'm auditioning left and right, and the writer's strike's not helping. But it's nice to be part of the low budget circuit, and people know my name. And like Thomas Churchill calls me, I got a part for you. Read it. Tell me if you're interested. And then this I got another movie I'm doing at the end of the month. And here's the only thing I'm allowed to say.
Okay.
It's called Bigfoot's Burgers.
Ooh.
And it's a joint effort between Jim Wynorski and Cindy Lucas. You know Cindy Lucas?
I've heard the name, yeah.
Well, if you look her up, lock the door, turn the lights out, and grab your lotion.
Gotcha.
In fact, I'm going to go see her. I'm seeing Jim and her at Fromin's at 5 o'clock. We're going to have dinner together.
Oh, here we go. All right.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So that's my big thing at the end of the month, Bigfoot's Burgers. And I'm allowed to say my part is drunk at the bar.
All right. Okay. Nice. That sounds like a hoot, and that definitely sounds like something I need to see. Just by the name alone.
Yeah. When you see that, when you hear the name, what are you thinking? I'm not allowed to tell you, but what are you thinking?
Bigfoot Burgers. I mean, I'm thinking like Harry and the Hendersons. Freaking, I don't know. Like that's initially what I think of when I hit Bigfoot. Right. But yeah, that I don't know. That could go a few ways.
What do you think about the burger part? What do you think about that?
Oh God, I can just see like a giant foot. Maybe, I don't know.
Bigfoot's Burgers.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to tell you, but you can probably guess.
Maybe. All right. Let's see. How old were you when you did your first movie?
First movie, maybe Night Tour 20, maybe 19.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Look up Night Tour, whatever year that was. That's and subtract 56.
There you go. Easy enough, right?
Right.
There you go. T. Betty asks, "Are the Bigfoot grass fed?"
I don't know. Maybe he eats grass. I know he eats luscious melons. I can't say what kind of melons, but he loves melons. He loves burgers.
Those burgers and melons. There you go.
Oh yeah.
Love it.
Okay.
Well, Troy, I would like to thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it, my friend. Please check him out. I have all the links in the description box below. I have your YouTube, your Instagram, all that stuff. Please go check him out and watch all his movies on Tubi. Watch it all.
What?
Where's the bathroom?
Who are you?
I'm friends with Tommy. Hurry, where's the bathroom?
Tommy, get your friend to the bathroom.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Any parting words for your adoring public?
Yes. Baby elephant. Watch my movies on Tubi. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. So I have half as many YouTube subscribers as this guy. Help me go viral one day. I don't know.
Absolutely.
I get viruses. I don't get viral.
You get viruses, but not.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, guys. We're gonna get out of here.
Really quick. What's your favorite horror film? No, don't think about it. What is it?
Rosemary's Baby.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good one.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.